Yeah!
Hello.
Hi, guys.
Oh my gosh, it's so nice to see you guys' pretty faces again. And to see hey guys, welcome back to season 2. I can't believe you made it here. Long time coming. We missed you. It's been a long. How many weeks were we off?
5.
5. It's been a long 5 weeks, and
But
at the
did
same
it go
time,
so quick?
I know. I was like, it felt. I like the hole in my heart was huge, but it also feels like it just went straight by. But oh my god, so exciting, guys! Welcome to season 2 of the Maker Meetup. If you haven't been here before, welcome. This is a community all about being creative together, growing together, and being supportive. And we are just so excited to be back for season 2. I'm Ronnie Langley from RLL.Designs. And Haley.
Hi, guys. I'm Haley from Artist Haley Nolan on Instagram.
Hello there. My name is Kelly Johnson, and my handle is KellyBelly62.
Hey everybody,
And
I'm Annie from Annie's Art Studio.
All right, and we have so much to get going to start off season 2. We've got a full episode. We're going to be announcing a $200 gift card giveaway from Epoxy, and that's going to be from some of our comment participants in this episode. So as we're chatting about things, feel free to throw some comments in there so that we can read them. It's seriously like our favorite part. So just throw something in there. We're going to be picking out a winner for that. And we have a big fun announcement. We officially have a website, and it's got its own like social media platform on it. It's kind of like Facebook, where we can all interact and talk to each other and really bond together the community. So we are just like so excited about that. We're all already on it.
Yep.
Got things set today, and we can't wait to see you over on there. We're gonna have all those details up on our social media after the episode. But that was like an exciting announcement that we was really pumped to share with you guys. So we have also a guest speaker that will be coming on at the end of the episode, but we're gonna peek her in real quick to say hi and just get her face up on the screen for a moment before we check back in at the end of the episode. Hi, Diana.
Does anyone know who she is? Anyone guess?
Does anyone guess why we would possibly have a guest star on our first episode today? Well, Diana, why don't you tell them your Instagram handle real quick, and then we will see you again at the end of the episode.
Hi guys, my name's Diana, and I'm also known as Down Kapoor, so yeah.
We'll check back in soon.
Go check her out on Instagram, Diana. We've been trying this all night. We want to see you in person.
And we actually see some comments right now. People are guessing why Diana might be on here right now. And y'all might be right.
That's sweet.
It wasn't that hard to guess, but you guys. All right, and we are going to go ahead and bounce straight to our main topic today. Today is all about building your brand, which I know we talked about last season some, and this season specifically is going to be focused on business growth because we want to see you guys just like exponentially grow your businesses. And we're really excited to give you like all the tips and tricks that we've gathered over our time as social media influencers and business owners. So we're going to start out with hitting it hard, building your brand. And the first thing that I think is really important in building your brand is personalizing your content. And this looks different for everybody. I will tell you there's not one equation that you just put all the elements in and ta-da, you perfectly personalize your content. But there are some things that can help. So we kind of touched on this last season where having your face on your page is helpful just because it gives people something to, you know, connect to and put a face to the product. But a big part of this is also including your personality in your brand. Your personality should show through. And I personally do this in what I call it intimate honesty. And I know that sounds super corny, but it comes really naturally because I'm a very like open person. But some of the things that I do that look like that are I'm really open on social media, that I've been on antidepressants for like most of my adult life and did counseling for a while. Whenever I'm in a season of like feeling very unmotivated, I'll share that with people. And then on the flip side, also when I get really, really, really excited, like people can tell because I'm on my stories talking about it and like stumbling over my words because I'm so excited. But Kelly, your content, and now I don't see a ton of like really like nitty gritty personal, like deep down secrets that you're spilling out, but your content is personalized so well and so professionally. When I hear a voiceover from you, it's your personality, like that bubbly, sweet, kind voice, and you like throw jokes in there. And I just cannot get enough of it. You personalize your brand so well, but it means something different. What does brand personalization mean to you? And what are some of the things that you kind of learned along the way that brought you to where you are from when you like started versus now?
So for me, personalizing my brand is just being my authentic self. So for me, that's what I do. I'm just being me, and I in person am goofy, and I am hyperactive, and I like to laugh, I like to smile, I like to joke around and be happy, I like to make others happy. And so that's what I try to show through with my brand, my page, my videos, and like you said, with my my voiceovers and stuff like that. I try to show that personality in there, even though it's kind of difficult when you're like, well, now we're going to mix the epoxy, and then sometimes it's not
well. Like,
That's so interesting.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I know that that's not something that comes naturally to everyone. Like, I definitely didn't come naturally to me when I first started, because I was kind of like, okay, like how do I put a personality on a screen? Like, it's weird, but I had to learn along the way, as I'm sure you did too.
Oh yeah, definitely. And also, you know, becoming more comfortable with it with practice. I mean, that's the huge thing, is you have to practice. And I know like we've had some really awesome makers on our Instagram lives over the break. And sometimes it was their first time on a live, and it's nerve-wracking, but it's practice. So I think it's just, you know, you kind of learn as you do it. So if you're not doing it yet, just try it. Dip your toe in the water, and you'll definitely learn a lot. And we just, I also see Tiffany said that my hair looks bomb. I appreciate you saying that, because this is the first time I did my hair or makeup since the last Maker Meetup, like 5 weeks ago. So.
We also have a couple people that are saying, hey there, Kelly here. And it's, you have such signature little phrases like perfection or like certain things that are like your trademark.
Hey, one of yours is the like up here, and I'm walking the dogs.
Yes.
And you're like,
Totally.
I'm out with the dogs now.
Every day.
Literally. I'm like, that's the angle. The dogs are just like sniffing around.
You gotta show them. I mean, they're the stars.
I also
totally.
like
I mean,
urban.
that's something we all
like,
do, though. Yes.
Yeah, urban.
But that's something we all do. We all talk about our little puppy, our dog. It's like something that's about our personal life that you guys know. It's like an interest to it. It's our little thing, but it's not really personal life. So it's like little things that you share like that our followers know. It's our interests, it's things we like to do, but it's not really like my relationship or, oh my God, my relationship with my parents today, you know? So it's like little things about us that people get to know.
Exactly.
Everyone always says
bring up relationships, because you do have to kind of like draw lines. And
yes.
I feel like there have been times when I have seen people who didn't draw lines, and it has not been appetizing to social media. But like on my page, I definitely draw some very strict lines between like, I'm gonna definitely like share my personality and my personal life with my followers, but I'm not sharing anything like I'm not going to talk about my family drama. Like if me and my mom get in a tiff, I'm not going to go on my story and be like, I can't believe she said that to my grandma. Like, you know, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do relationship drama on my page, friendship drama, anything like that. Like if I'm having a hard time because of those things, I might share on my page, like I'm having a hard week and I'm taking this day to de-stress before I get back in the studio. I might share that, but I'm not going to say I'm having a hard week because my best friend, like you have to draw lines. And sure, some of us figured out the hard way. I figured that out the hard way one time. I shared, gosh, I don't even remember what it was. I shared something and I got so many messages about it. It wasn't even anything too personal, and I was like, ooh, I need to remember that these are strangers.
I remember what it was. That was funny. It was like somebody was like, something happened like minor across the street for you, and you're like, oh, this is happening outside my window, and everyone's like,
That was so bad.
invading their personal space, and it's like, okay, noted.
For you guys that don't know, during Christmas, I was like making pancakes, and I made a joke that I burned my house down because there was a fire truck outside, and then they like wheeled a body out, and I felt bad about joking about it. I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. And no one actually died. They had her covered up because it was like 10 degrees topless. But no one died. But I put it up on my story, and people were like, that is so rude. And I was like, okay, I need to remember that everyone has the sense of humor I do. And so I drew lines.
Yeah, and I think that line is going to be different for everyone, because there's some accounts who like their brand is to do that. And maybe they're not an art account, maybe they're, you know, a public figure account, a celebrity account, anything like that. And that line is going to be different for everyone. But I think it's like good to just kind of be cautious. Maybe not, you know, share everything. You know what I mean?
It's a business. You got to keep things professional. Now, I know I've seen pages that have struggled with this. I wanted to kind of ask the audience, have you ever come across a social media page where something that they should have drawn a line at, they didn't, and it was just like a huge turnoff? I've definitely had people I've unfollowed because they had like, it'd be an art account and something completely unrelated drama, you know, but like Kardashians was all in their story all the time. And I was just like,
right.
No, I can't. But I feel like everybody's got to draw lines. What lines have you guys seen that people should have drawn and didn't? And it was just like a total turn off for a page
so
for you. And
Tiffany said, I have an issue with cursing too much. So,
okay.
You know, and that's something that to kind of know about your account. If you don't like it, then definitely don't put it on your account, I would say.
You know, I think that's a really good one. I think that's a really good one because, like, I'm a pirate. Everybody looks at my Instagram and think I'm like really sweet, and which I am. I'm a good person. But I curse. These girls know I curse like a pirate. So,
like a sailor. Yeah.
Or like a sailor. Yeah, but like, you know, not everybody likes that. So that's something that I do my best not to do, even if I'm upset about something or whatnot. I try to keep it very professional because I know some people don't like it, and I don't want to lose followers because I say a curse word. It's not going to change anything. You have to find that balance and know that, like, you know, if it's something that's not going to make or, you know, break or make your page, and it can turn more business-like, do that so you don't lose your followers. Because somebody else might have a problem with that.
I'm seeing a lot of people, like, it's just sometimes too much about politics. So a lot of people are saying that. Yes. So maybe just keep it fairly neutral and out of that range. And then some other people are saying, like, anti-vaccines. Let's see. I
like this one. I hate hearing pettiness between people like who are rivals in the community. Yeah. I think that one is a really good one too. Like drama.
So like if you are ingrained in the community, you know people well enough where it's like, even if they're just subtly talking about it, you're like, okay, it's not subtle.
Someone said divorce drama. Keep your divorce drama out of it.
Yeah. And a good rule to kind of like absolutely live by in the business world is that you don't want to be alienating any portion of your audience. So if you are bringing up politics, you're really far on one side, you're completely alienating the other and making them feel unwelcome on your page. If you are cursing like a sailor, then the younger audience that might be uncomfortable with that, or the adults that might be uncomfortable with that, you're alienating them. So you share the personal things about yourself that are just like you, but you should draw lines where you might make someone uncomfortable on your page. Your page should be a happy place to be and somewhere you can come and find just like social media relief.
Yeah, and a good like another like little addition in addition to like your audience, also like think about the maker community and balance that out with that. So you don't want to make your community uncomfortable with you, the other makers as well. So that's not another thing to like keep in mind along with your audience.
Yeah. And you got to look at it from the perspective, when you're looking at your own brand, you have to take an outside perspective for customers. What they're buying into is your personality and your story and your page. What you represent on your page is going to be a part of that. And brands. If you're looking to get brand deals or sponsorships in the future, and your page is looking like a controversial mess, you are not going to get reached out to by brands, because they're going to see that they're affiliating their reputation with you. And if something controversial is on your page that isn't going to look good for their brand, they're not going to move on to their team. They're not going to ask you to sponsor their products or anything like that. So you definitely got to take a professional approach. But the big tip here is that you can make professional personal. And we've all figured out how to do that and have we've got some big personality. You guys know we have personalities, and
yes, we all have them.
Yeah, we showcase it, we put it out there, and it builds a relationship with your followers, and relationships are what make sales. Not to make it sound so monetized and business, but it's just psychology. But another part of building your brand is going to be including your audience in your brand. Now, this can take a lot of different forms, but one of the biggest ways that you can do this is that you want to make your audience feel like they're the hero of your story. People want something to connect to. They want something to be a part of. That's why GoFundMes and things like that almost always blow up and go viral for the really heartfelt stories, because people want to be a part of something moving. So you need to make your brand something moving. So I'm a full-time artist, and every time someone purchases every time someone purchases from me, whether it's a $5 ring dish or it's $1,000 table, they're helping to fund my lifestyle as an artist and making it possible that I can fulfill my passions. And I make sure that I'm thanking my community and my followers for that constantly, because it does make such a difference in my life. And I want them to know that they genuinely are the hero of my story. I might have worked hard to get here, but without my audience supporting me, I would be nothing. Well, okay, I wouldn't be nothing as a person, but my brand would be nothing. So I would be nothing without you guys.
You would. No, I'm just kidding.
You include your audience to build your audience. Now, Haley, you did this in a somewhat unique way earlier this year when your dad got some car troubles. And first of all, the internet fell in love with your father, which I don't know how you feel
He's
about
so
that.
cute.
He's so cute.
So cute. Such a cute.
Okay. Actually, there's something funny about that, and it's literally that he keeps trying to give the money back. So this is a big ordeal, and this is also why I haven't gotten a truck yet, is he keeps trying to Venmo it to people, and give it back to the Venmoers. And so I'm like, Dad, you can't do that. There's literally 7,000 people. So,
oh my God.
But it's different money. So I have the 7,000 that we raised in a bank account secured, but he's just freaking Venmoing people.
Oh my gosh.
And that's why we love your dad. That is why we love him.
Everybody,
So
by the
sweet.
way, I know everybody wants to know if we got a new truck yet, and no, not yet, because one, that, two, we have been still looking for one, but every time we drive out of town to go see it, it's either already sold or something's wrong with what we were looking at. So it's just been a process. But anyways, go ahead, Ronnie. I just needed to clarify that.
Okay, when I saw that video on TikTok, first of all, I was touched. Now, I know you very well, so it was very easy for me to feel connected to that story. But you made it where strangers felt connected to you and your dad's rundown truck. And you made all of these people that saw that and engaged in your story the hero of that narrative. They were so moved that they Venmoed you money, $7,000 to go get your dad a new truck. And what was the original goal amount?
The original goal amount was literally $2,000.
Yeah, so absolutely incredible. And you were able to take your audience and turn them all into heroes in your story and call them to action on your page. Now, I know that you're selling more than just art on your page. You're also selling classes and things, and classes are selling more than just a piece. It's selling an experience. And that's also building brand intimacy between you and your followers. So with all of that being said, all the ways that you connect to your audience, how have you seen that personally help your brand? And I know there's financial benefits, obviously. You're doing this full time, so there's got to be some. But what non-financial benefits have you seen from including your audience to build your audience?
So this is such a good question because sometimes I feel a little bit lost in the fact of what does my audience want to see? And then I have to take a step back from it and kind of like look at my most hugest supporters, which are literally the amount of you that are here listening right now. You guys are the biggest supporters of mine. And my audience demographic, I've learned, is people who want to make resin art, who want to be artists themselves and learn. Where I was literally at first trying to push really hard on like selling my artwork, it wasn't moving as fast. And I was like, why? Like, I thought I was doing a good job. Oh, my boyfriend, hi, Colton. And I thought I was doing a good job. And so then I took a step back and I realized that people come to my page to learn instead of really to buy a lot of stuff unless it's big things. So I started making little free PDFs, and free things are great ways to gauge how your audience wants to kind of receive you and see what they want to hear from you. And so polls are great too. And I just have to say, like, learn your audience and pretend to be one of them for the day and kind of creep on your audience, because I had to do a lot of creeping to see like my people, because I didn't know what was on their pages. So I had to go into like my comments and see who's commenting on my stuff, click on them, see what they post, see what they like. So most of them like dogs, like, you know, so.
And you're the best creeper. Like, you are so good at researching. Like, I call you a good creeper, but you really are so good at researching and finding all of this like data and actually making sense of it. Like, that is your superpower. Is that, you know, you were able to look through and like, okay, my stuff isn't selling too good, but this is why. This is what I need to really expand on. And that's what you did. And it's so cool to watch you work, girl. It's amazing.
Yeah. Well,
really,
it's just like, how about everybody in the audience right now, how about you guys say what you think your demographic is? Like, what do you think your viewers are watching you for? And sometimes this is hard to think about because you're like, well, I don't know why they're watching me. So just think about it a second.
Yeah. Like, what are you sleeping on?
Your target demographic isn't necessarily like, I know that you said you were really honing in on like people who wanted home decor and then realized you were a teaching resource for a lot of people. I had the opposite happen. I was like, I'm definitely avoiding teaching stuff like the plague. Haha, now I'm here teaching you guys how to build a business. Like, I am avoiding teaching content like big and just want to focus on home decor, and like purposefully forced my audience to be that. But I also was warm and welcoming and honest and supportive enough that it wasn't, I'm not just catering to people who want home decor now, I'm catering to people who want to build businesses. And I love teaching that content. I didn't want to do like great painting, but I love sharing business stuff. So like, your audience will find you with what you put out, I feel like. And you, 100%. You just put out like, I will help you vibes. Like, you are just so kind and caring.
My mom just said, I'm just Mama J. No one is watching me. Make sure you're
everybody
input.
Everybody, people always type in and they're like, is Mama J here yet?
I literally texted her. I'm like, Mom, people are asking about you.
Kelly, your mom is the community mom, and really, your dad's the community dad.
There you go. That's basically it.
It just works out that way.
Ronnie, also to add on to what Haley was saying and what you were saying before, like, what do you get from the community that's not financial? Like, you guys know I call like my support group, my followers, like I call them my arch tribe. So that's another thing that you get. Like, you know, I love that. Like, anytime you have problems, like I literally couldn't find these figs that I put into my dominoes, and I had maybe 30 to 40 people. I didn't even ask people. Literally, they did so much research and sending me, Anna, you can get it here, you can get it here, you can get it here. Or like, you know, if something's going on and I ask a question in my stories, everybody will just come to your defense. Or, you know, sometimes it happens, somebody's mean to you in a comment. Even if I don't see it, they come and protect you because you give part of yourself to them too. You know what I mean? So that's another big thing that you get from the community that's not financial. You get literally you have an art tribe. Like, I want to coin that term. Like, I really like using that.
It's
awesome. We all have it.
And it really is a tribe of people that have your back and are there to support you. When I started doing the allergy shots, I posted a story about it and I was like, my arms are so swollen. I am miserable. It hurts. And I got 100 DMs of people like, I did this. Here's how to help it. Here's how to make it better. On your next appointment, do this beforehand, do this after. Like, so much. So I wasn't even asking for support. I was just sharing about my life. As I built intimate community bonds with people by just like being myself, being open and being intimate. They wanted to help me and be a part of it. And it's so touching.
I didn't even realize that I didn't answer the question earlier. So I will answer really fast. The non-monetary benefits that I get from my audience is actually just love, like, honestly, because I love painting and stuff and I didn't love really what I was making, and then I share it with other people and they're like, oh, I love this or love that. It's just love, like the shared love of a creative outlet, and I like that the best.
I feel like sometimes
can I say a quick hi to my mom? Can I say a quick hi to my mom in the comments? Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mama Marcos.
I can't. For some reason, I can't see the chats, but the girls are telling me that she, there's a bunch of hearts or something from my mom. So hi, Mama.
Haley, I feel like we get so caught up.
Yeah. What'd you say, Ronnie?
Oh, Mommy, thank you.
What were you saying, Ronnie?
Sorry.
We can get caught up in the creative process, and that when we post on social media, we might feel bad about something, and then when fresh eyes see it, they're always encouraging. There are some people that are, but like for every one comment I get that's like, this looks like crap, I get 100 comments that are like, this is amazing.
Yeah, me too.
Definitely.
Exactly.
Yep. I'm gonna go read through my comments or my DMs, and oh my gosh, I had this one guy, his name is Keith, and he is like my biggest supporter. I love him. He's on TikTok and he's on
I know.
Instagram. He's always commenting on my stuff. He's like, it's my favorite creator. I love seeing your content. I'm like,
it could have gone one way or another.
I know.
Like, there's this one guy, his name's Keith, and I was like,
don't say it.
No, a good person.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh.
By the way, looking at all of the comments right now, you guys are so awesome. Like, it's just so cool. Everyone's saying hi to Mama Morphos. And then, like, everyone is just, like, talking amongst themselves. Like, it is a full-blown community.
It's a party.
We love you guys.
But, okay, so if you don't have a dad with a breaking down car that you need to, like, call your audience to help you with, you can still get your audience engaged with your content and give them little, like, calls to action that can make them feel connected and make them feel like they're a part of your story in a lot of other ways. One of these the easiest way to do that is to end your caption with a question, like, what are you guys doing today? Or what do you think about this? Or, whatever your topic is, just like throw a question there, because as much as people do follow you because they do want to hear what you have to say and see what you're making, they also want to be a part of it. So add a question in there, and that, first of all, encourages people to comment, and that's going to boost your algorithm, but it also includes your audience, and the more you include them, the more audience you have usually. And I know there's tons of other guys. What's your like go-to? I like to do like polls in my story. Haley, what's your go-to like action audience? Yeah.
Mine or Kelly? You know mine?
We're going to get to all, but we're starting with you, Haley.
Oh, I thought Kelly knew mine. I was like, how?
I just got excited. I was like, I know this one.
Kelly, you go first. I got to think on this.
Okay.
Kelly. So my favorite call to action is games in my captions. So like, doing something like, okay, I'm thinking of a green emoji. What is it? Go. Or the this or that. Like recently I did that in my caption where that's really fun.
So good.
And it's fun because it's fun to look at, it's fun to read, but people also, engage with each other, and that in turn your engagement and everyone's having fun and it's easy. It's not like they have to write like a blog about it. It's just like a word. So yeah, that's my favorite.
I think it was last week you did one where it was like you would ground up flowers, Cheetos, and something else, and you were like, which is which. I loved that. I was all about it.
Yeah, so good.
I love that too.
Analyzing your story picture, I was like,
like, what is it? Like
Honestly,
screenshotting it and then zooming in. Like,
I have to say, Kelly, mine, okay, I don't really have like that a set one in the comments on like a in feed post, but in my stories, I love the poll button. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
because it's so easy. And when I always take polls, and because I want to know the results so badly. So I click a yes or a no so that I can like see what other people picked. So that's a great one.
That's so in tune with your personality.
Yeah, that really is. That's really a good one.
That researching data mind. Like,
I need to know.
I don't do a lot of what. I don't really do story ones a lot, but I did I did one in my in one of my posts. I like you were saying, Ronnie, I like asking people questions, right? But I ask questions where I want to know kind of how to integrate things into my work, right? So I literally will ask them things like, okay, so like if you had a color theme, give me your favorite colors that work together. And I'll use that for a palette for something else, or I'll ask like, give me your favorite like genres of art or something, and like that way also you see kind of what your audience is saying, and you can like be like, okay, like I see what my audience wants, you know what I mean? So I like asking those kind of questions, and then they interact with each other like, oh my god, me too, yes, oh my god, me too, or like I never thought of that, and it just works well together.
Yeah, I love that.
When I first started my account and I was like making stories, I was getting no engagement.
Yeah, me either.
I didn't know how to engage the audience. So I was doing a lot of like talking about the things that was just like one thought came in my brain and it immediately came out of my mouth. I wasn't really thinking like, okay, what does my audience want to hear? What's like a helpful update? And then also now Instagram has so many features that are purposefully made to engage the audience. The polls, the question and answer one, you can throw music in there and like keep it interesting. And gosh, what are the ones? There's like a bunch of them on there now.
There's
that
a
are
lot.
Great.
People want to know how to boost the interactions, and I'm going to be completely transparent for you. Nobody really interacted on my stuff until like a long time. So just keep posting it, because if no one interacts on polls, nobody knows that. So like if one person votes, it'll look like 100% of people just voted the one way. So like just keep doing it. And
I will say that I got the most story. I didn't get a lot of story engagement until I started getting personal with my audience. And then the engagement was overwhelming. And it wasn't even like I was including engagement, what are they called? Action. Yeah, it was just that like I was being personal, open, and honest with my audience, and that was moving people to engage with me. I would get tons of DMs about it, or people would remember things that I said in stories and then comment on my post the next day about it. It was
the same.
Yeah, it was like a big intimacy builder for me and my followers. It was like, I'm going to trust you with this personal detail about my life that I'm either really excited about right now or really struggling with right now. And they just took that in stride. And I feel like
it's like when you take your page, your post, like especially you, Ronnie, like your page is like it's all your art. Your feed is nice and clean, and it's your work, right? You might get a little bit, have your intimacy in the a little bit, but I feel like for most people, and I think all of us, our stories are where the intimacy comes in a little bit, and people eventually know the difference where your feed is one thing, and then your stories are highlights of your feed when there's something new or like a little bit of something, but that's where the intimacy and the personality.
And
Bye,
gosh.
Okay.
I don't know what happened.
Okay.
Matt said no more of that.
While we're figuring that out, I'm sure she will pop up in just a second. She's having some internet.
I'll fill in. It's good.
Hey,
You're right. Yeah. I'm Annie. I'm back. Yeah.
You look different.
Include your brand.
That's so funny.
Yeah. No, I don't. She disappeared. We'll get her back up in a second. She is back.
Ugh.
Oh my gosh.
I think my internet didn't like what I was saying. Sorry. I don't know what happened.
Hey.
Oh my
I was on a
Oh,
really
like,
good
everyone's
rant
like,
too. I was making a really good point too, and then my screen just completely. You should have seen. I was like, like I froze.
But
I'm back. I'm back.
I do want to say something though. And now I think it was like Bees Altered Designs. I think that was your handle. It's already gone, so I can't totally see your comment anymore. But she mentioned in the captions that, you know, she struggles with, you know, sharing the personal details. Like that is hard. She doesn't like to do that. And I just want to say that I don't go super personal. Like I don't go I don't have any really like deep, I don't have a total life right now. Like I'm just like at home. Like there's nothing too like, yeah, there's nothing too deep happening in my life right now. So, you know, you don't have to go super personal and share your like deepest secrets, but it's fun to just show your personality. So like, do you like cooking? Do you like to make breakfast? Like maybe show us your breakfast, or, you know, there's certain ways that you can show us yourself without, you know, divulging all of you in there.
Yes.
And that too,
slide scale of your comfort level to how personal you want to get.
Right.
I am extremely comfortable with almost anything. Like I talk about the meds I'm on and shared them when my grandfather died, like all that kind of stuff. Like I literally have very few boundaries that make me uncomfortable to be personal, but it wasn't always like that, first of all. And then also Kelly feels just as personal on her page as on mine. And like, I don't think I've ever heard any of like the nitty gritty stuff on Kelly's. It's just that her personality shines through so much. And like, you'll be on your story and you'll be like, I'm making a gin and tonic. And like, it's you making a drink or something like that. Or you with Otto. And it's like a little glimpse. Oh my God. It's like
it's
a little,
always like super
in the living room with you.
It's always like the most aesthetic or like ASMR, like ice pouring and then it's stirring, or like something super clever that like you throw in there. And I'm looking at the comments now, and I think this is a great point. Cass from Stone Mill & Co. I literally follow her for her art and her goats, and that's what everyone else is saying.
So also, like detail to love, but like when her son's running around like butt naked in her yard, I'm like,
in the snow.
Yeah, and it's the childhood I want for my kids. Like that looks incredible. Her little son is just like running around.
So cute.
Exactly.
I love
and
the
so
glasses.
So cute.
Little red glasses.
Oh yes,
So
I gotta say. So another example, this girl that I follow, she like, and I have a point to this. She posts about makeup, CrossFit, which are two polar opposites, and she trains her dogs that she rescued. And I know that's like three totally weird things, and that's because at first I followed her and I was like, how does this work? Like she's kind of all over the place, but no, she's got like three things that she kind of toggles between, and they don't make sense together whatsoever. They're separate entities, but they're all on her page. And so if you guys have like a quirk or like something, like you love reading books, but you like also do artwork, or you also like, I don't know, rescue birds, I don't care, like whatever, it's still really cool because it shows us who you are and your awesome personality.
Yeah.
Haley,
Somebody
your books
asked,
and
somebody
your plans.
asked,
Yes, books
Yeah.
and plans.
exactly.
Haley, I love seeing what book you're reading. That's
And
like it's
protein.
not like you're sharing like, oh guys, like this week was really hard because of XYZ, but you're like, this is the book I'm reading, and it feels just as personal.
I love it.
I agree. Somebody was asking if personal has to be on stories and your feed has to be just like what your business is. Let me tell you something. That depends on you and your brand. Your people, you have to get your audience used to what you want them, right? So that obviously make it work. I don't think you should post a bunch of your ocean pieces and then post a beautiful hamburger shot, you know, a burger that you made. It doesn't make sense with that, you know? But like if you want to be half personal and half art on your, Ronnie, are you okay?
Are you okay?
Are you choking? Was it the burger?
Okay.
Was it the burger?
Okay, I'm so sorry. Yeah,
But basically, you gotta just get your audience used to what you want to show them. That's your decision. Kind of keep it consistent and make it work together, and it'll work. But you have to make those decisions kind of on yourself, depending on what you want your brand to be.
just what Ani was saying, you have to keep your brand reliable. A big part of building a brand is being reliable to your following. And that means consistency, which is like consistency in what you're posting, consistency in how often you're posting. You don't want to be an art page and then suddenly you're like posting baseball reels in your story feed. Like that's just, it's like inconsistent for your audience. You want your brand to be consistently you and consistently your products and consistently probably the process of, and that keeps it reliable for your brand. But you can also switch things up as long as it's still staying within like the reliability of what your followers followed you for. And Ani, I feel like you have mastered this, the balance between starting trends and also like writing trends. You're on a huge like game pieces kick right now. But while I think all the posts that I've seen in the past like 2 or 3 weeks have been that same thing, it's not boring though, because it's all different. You change it every time. It's not like, here's 8 sets of the same blue tiles. Like, it's not boring. You keep it new and fresh with like your music, with your fonts, and then also you're like putting different things in them. You're really like stretching the boundaries of how to keep it fresh. And I know you do that really well with pretty much any category that you pick. Like even with the pyramid, everything was different. Yeah, it was incredible. But when you're on a trend wave like that, how do you kind of like internally and in your brand balance, I need to do 1,000 orders of this, and also like I need to stay creative and keep doing new things?
Yeah. Okay. So right now, like I'm getting a ton of orders for the dominoes, right? And I have only like 10 of them available on my website. So they're obviously going to be repeated, right? So what I try to do is when I record them, every time I do recording a whole set of different things, I try to record different ones at different times. So I'm not repetitively recording and posting the same video, right? But also what I do is I'll always have 1 or 2 molds aside. And going back to the question where we were talking about earlier, how to like engage with your community, something like I'll get an idea, but I want to make things that my audience wants, right? So if I make a bunch of art that I like and nobody purchases, what's the point? Like I make things for me sometimes, but like I'm a business, right? So I ask my audience questions in my captions, and like the last one I asked was, I had this idea of making the dominoes look like cereal, like putting cereal and then putting like a white background and making it look like it's sitting in milk. So I asked the audience, I was like, what's your favorite cereal? Because I don't eat a lot of cereal. I don't remember all the good color for like the cool ones. So I asked people and they sat there and commented, right? So now what I'll do is while I'm making like all my orders on the side, I will always have like 1 or 2 set aside, and I will film that new idea that I have. So every couple of days, whenever I have a new idea, I film that and put that out in between everything. So it kind of balances out so you're not seeing the same blue dominoes every time. But I make like a million of the blue dominoes, but like switch it up a little bit.
Switch it up also on how you use your platforms, which this is a big pro tip in general. It's not even like, this isn't even an account specific thing. When you're looking at a social media platform, you need to recognize it as more than just like, oh, this is my social media account. Each platform we're using is a business of its own. Instagram is a business. TikTok is a business. Facebook is a business. All of these platforms, they make different features to be used. Like they're not just like they are suggestions, but if you really want to take advantage of the algorithm and get the biggest boost out of your content, you're going to want to be posting reels and IGTV and going live, being in your stories, doing posts and video posts, because those features are all there for us to use. And the app is a business that makes features. So the more that you work within the realm and scope of a business's directive and goal, the easier it is for you to get to your directive and goal within the bounds of that social media app.
Yeah,
which is
so true. It's so true. Like you don't have to like every single feature of every app, but you're gonna have to use it if you want to be successful. I just actually wrote an article that's gonna come out in summer for Uploader magazine, and I titled it Reels the new TikTok?" Let me tell you, I hated Instagram Reels. When I started Instagram, they were 15-second videos. Then they went to 30. Then they were a minute, and then IGTVs came out, and I was like, thank the heavens, because who can make a full process video in 15 seconds, right? Guess who's doing them now? 15 to 30 seconds. Everything I take, I started making 30-second videos because all of a sudden my reels are blowing up. the algorithms will always reward people that use all kinds of features everywhere. So even like TikTok, a lot of people now are trying to get back on TikTok, and it's not working for them because the algorithm is not rewarding them because they didn't bust out anything they had to do before, like when it was up and coming, or like doing all the trends and doing whatever, you know what I mean? So it's like when something new comes out, take advantage of it and just go. Even if you don't like it, learn how to do it and somehow make it happen, because that's what you got to do.
You're intimidated to be the first on a trend. That's how people set trends. But okay, so we've talked a lot of brand building today. We talked about like building some boundaries within your business of like what's too much, what's too little, don't hide, don't be an overshare. We talked about being intimate with your audience, bringing them in, getting them called to action to be the hero of your story, whether that's in your stories or in your posts, and how you can build brand intimacy and personalize your content. But we have our first ever guest star waiting in the background, and we're gonna go back on, and that is Diana. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Introduce yourself to the audience.
I'm sitting over here and I'm like writing everything down. You guys have amazing advice. I'm absorbing it in.
I love your swatches on your hand. That's like a true artist right there. It's like you can
you fit right in.
All right, will you introduce yourself to our audience?
Yes. So my name is Diana. I'm from Chicago. And I started with resin art 5 years ago. It was kind of crazy and super coincidental. It was a summer night. I was up late in the morning. And if there's something that you know about me, I'm a night owl. I will stay up forever. And yeah, it's something about the sun going down where like creative flow just comes through me. I don't know. It was really weird. And so I was up and I was on YouTube looking at fluid pours because those were just starting at the time. And I found a video and it was one person and I couldn't find anyone else who was doing this, but it was a resin pour. And I stayed up, I'm not kidding you, till like 6 in the morning watching every single video this person had. I was literally, yeah. So the next day, or I guess you can say later that day, I went to Home Depot. I bought resin, like one of those kits that they have, glaze coat. And I bought some Floetrol because I literally had no idea what I was doing. Went to my garage, started mixing Floetrol and oil paint and all this stuff into my resin. I had no idea what I was doing.
Oil paint?
Yeah.
Oh,
you put Floetrol in your resin?
Yes.
Oh my God,
Please tell me you have a video. Please tell me you have a video of that because I would die to see that.
I have a clip.
You do?
There was no.
My cup
You're
set
so.
up.
Diana's so right though. There was no information anywhere when I started either. I was like, "What is this? Like secret? Like this is a secret?" So you're onto something.
Yeah.
When I started, nobody was teaching.
No one was teaching. There were no resources for learning. Everything was confusing. I couldn't tell the difference between flow art and resin art. Like who was doing it. And no one would tell me. I was like, please.
Yeah.
Like when I started teaching girls, I think the hate I got because I was like teaching people how to do things, and I was like, this is therapy for me. I'm gonna teach people. There was a lot of drama back in the day, like 7 years ago.
Anyways, well, I guess you guys have probably put 2 and 2 together by now on why we have Diana on with us, but she is the official winner of the Masahachi bottle. We absolutely loved your, and we're so excited. We're gonna get your beautiful face up on that bottle and out to all of our supporters here soon.
I just want to say thank you to everyone who voted and voted for me. It feels really good. Feels really nice. Yeah.
You worked so hard and you seriously help this community out so much, and you share so much information, especially on your YouTube account. If you guys are not following Diana, oh my God, now I won't be able to say it right either. Diana on YouTube, what is your handle on there?
It's just Janka Pours.
Okay. And there's Diana, and then there's Dianka, and there's a little tiny background but to that, right?
Yeah, so my name is Diana, but I'm Polish, so my Polish name is Dianka. So I just put the two together and I made my handle Dianka Pors.
I love
that.
Yeah.
Absolutely love
She's
that.
a great teaching resource on YouTube and loves to help out the community. She's also obviously got absolutely stunning art. So you guys should go check her out. And her face is going to be coming to a bottle near you very soon. So
I'm so excited. I will be buying it for sure.
I will absolutely be buying it, adding it to the collection.
Me too.
I've got. But thank you so much for coming on and telling us about adding oils and flow control. We want to see that video after this.
By the way, people were asking in the comments, like, what does it do? Because, like, they thought it did something good. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't do it. No.
Yeah,
don't do it.
They will not mix. It's like oil and water.
And also, Diana, right?
Diana.
And Diana?
I'm gonna call you Dianka because I like it. So that's you now. She also sells, I don't know if we mentioned this already, but she sells her own pigments. So you guys gotta check that out. They're freaking cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And everyone is saying congratulations to you right now. Everyone is so excited, super proud.
Amazing.
I mean, seriously, Amy C, Sadeth, Eva, Mocha Resin, Alejandra, like so many people are saying hello to you and everyone is so proud of you. And it just shows the community has your back. Well, all of our backs, but you know what I mean.
You guys
so awesome.
It's on her page. Excuse me. Video. It's on her page, and she had an awesome one. So you guys should definitely go check that out. But
What?
We have a clip of it? Of the
video?
Hi, I'm Diana, otherwise known as Dianka Pors, and I think that I should be on the next bottle of mass epoxy resin. Here's why. I started working with resin about 5 years ago when no one really knew much about the medium. So I started emailing other artists, DMing them, starting blog posts, and messaging anyone I could. I didn't get many answers, so I set out to try it myself. Truthfully, I had no idea what I was doing and nearly set the garage on fire. That's when I knew that I had a lot of learning to do. After many tries, I finally began mastering the medium. I started a YouTube channel and created courses designed to teach new resin artists what I know now. Many people ask me why I'm so eager to share. Well, when I first started out, not many artists were willing to answer my questions. And to the few that did, I was eternally thankful. I said, when I figure this thing out, I'm going to help other artists because that meant so much to me. Throughout this journey, I gained a small community of artists. We're supporting one another, sharing ideas, and answering each other's questions. And when I hear about how I've helped other artists, it makes my heart full. By no means am I a professional. I don't want to be. After all, isn't that what Mass Epoxies is about? Community, growth, and having a friendly face you can turn to.
I'm legit tearing up. Like, and I've already watched this like 5 times.
Did you see that clip with the brown painting and all the cups around it? That was resin mixed with Floetrol and some oil.
Oh my gosh. Oh
my gosh. That was OG painting, the first one.
I love it.
Incredible. Also, like, it's incredible that you won and your video is literally encompassing everything we stand for. Like, you are practically up here a member of us, of the host, because you have the same exact spirit that we do. We just want to help people and build a community and give back what we couldn't find when we started this.
Yes.
Yeah.
We absolutely love your attitude, love your mentality, love the positive vibes, and we can't wait to celebrate with you and see you on that bottle. So, Bianca, thank you so much for coming on. Everybody, say goodbye for tonight. Thank you, girl.
Bye,
Make
guys.
sure to follow her if you haven't already.
Thank you. Hey, guys. What do I win?
All right, guys, we are but we do have one more special winner that is getting a $200 gift card tonight, and that is Talia Reed. For your awesome comments. We love seeing you guys engage. And Talia, you were catching our eye today. So you were winning our $200 Mass Epoxy gift card. Please DM us on the MM page and we will get you information for that. So you guys know what's coming up. Every end of episode, we've got a challenge for you. And from the challenges, we pick out our spotlight for the next episode. So our spotlight today was Diana, because she had that awesome video and got the most votes and is going to be on our next bottle. But we can't wait to see who's on our next one. And the challenge this week is going to be putting together a branding mood board. So if you don't know what a mood board is, think like Pinterest, like a bunch of things that go together and here's one. This is one that Haley made. That actually, Haley, that is you, isn't it, in the bathing suit?
Which one?
This one. Or
that one. Over there on you.
No, that's not me. That girl looks like me, right?
Yes.
I know.
Could've done it with you. Okay, well,
The bun?
together a mood board so accurate that I thought it was her.
But I scoured the internet. When I found that, I was like, yes.
And it embodies your aesthetic. And so this is exactly what you guys are going to be putting together this week. So we want you to scour the internet for things that represent your brand, your personality, pictures of yourself. Ow, I just hit myself with a pen. Pictures of your art, and throw them all together. An easy collage app that's free in the App Store for, I believe, both Androids and iPhones is PhotoGrid. Here is the one that we made for the Maker Meetup last season. This is ours, all like bubbly, happy. We're wanting to spread the love and positivity. So we're going to have you guys put together a branding mood board, and then you're going to post it in your feed and explain why the images that you've chosen represent what you want your brand to come across as to your followers. And we need you to use the hashtag #TheMakerMeetup and tag us so that we can see your entries, so that we can pick you out for the spotlight next week. And if you're feeling really spicy, you can go over to our new website, themakermeetup.com, and add yourself into our community section. And if you're making a board, honestly, like, you could post about it. It's just a place for us. It's just a place for our community to get together and be engaged with each other. And we're really excited about it. So please go over to the new website. You can get signed up. That's like a really easy way to directly communicate with all of us here and to get information on the next episode and on all the things coming up. We've got big plans for the website. So head on over to themakermeetup.com and check out all the new cool stuff that we got over there. Shout out to Matt in the background.
Yes.
Woo, Matt!
Matt, you should come up. We should give you one more applause.
Come up over here.
So grateful.
Matt, come say hi.
We are so
why do you...
Yay!
I do this for you. Just to say, like,
I have a dreadlock. Don't look at it.
sorry about that. Yeah, the site's ready to go. So you see some people already jumped on there. Check it out, enjoy it. Let us know in the comments. Like, we made it maybe 2 hours before the show launched.
Yeah.
Okay, seriously though, Matt has been working so hard to get this thing up and running and to get it, easy for anyone to do, because I am not good at technology and I can do it. So if I can do it, you can do it. I promise you. It's really fun.
It's be awesome.
And also, one last thing, you guys. We're still going to be doing giveaways every week live on our show here. And so you have to tune in to win. But we're also going to be having some awesome makers kind of join in on our Instagram feed, in the feed line, I guess, during the week, to have some awesome giveaways as well. So you guys can look out for those.
Yes.
I know that's a lot of information we all just gave.
Catch the vibe. This season is going to be all about helping you guys build your own brands. We know we have a lot of prospect business owners out there that last season were kind of piquing their interest in being artists or starting a small business. And this season, we really want to make that happen for you guys. And we're going to be giving you all the tips and tricks we know and hopefully making that happen. But we want to track your progress. And I know that's going to be helpful for you guys. So after this episode, I want you guys to go over to all the social media platforms that you currently have and take a screenshot of where you are. That'll be your followers, how many posts, all that good stuff. And at the end of the season, we're going to be comparing that screenshot to where you are at the end, hopefully after you've implemented everything that you've learned from each episode. So do not forget to do that. I'll be posting something in the stories, as a little reminder afterwards. But without further ado, we've got to go. I'm Ronnie Langley from RLL.Designs. Haley.
I'm Haley, artist Haley Nolan on Instagram, HaleyNolan.com. Hey, it's Hey Podcast. Also, hi, Mom. Okay, Kelly.
Hi, Mom.
Hi guys, my name is Kelly. My Instagram account is kellybelly62. And then I also have another Instagram that's Creatively Kelly and some other things on TikTok and Pinterest and Snapchat, all that stuff. So just use one of the two and I'll be there.
Hey guys, I'm Annie from Annie's Art Studio, and you can basically find me on all social platforms under Annie's Art Studio.
Awesome. Guys, we are so excited to be back, and we can't wait to see you next week. Thank you for joining us.
Thank
And we will
you.
see you here next week, same time.
We love you guys.
Bye guys.